Offering the same technology that Jetboil is known for, the Jetboil MiniMo offers the fast boil times and the ease of use with some added versatility. We'll take it apart, set it up, and show you some of its features. So I'm gonna start taking the Jetboil apart. We've got the lid with the fuel canister stabilizer in there. On the bottom, we've got our measuring cup, or that also doubles as a drinking cup. And then inside, we've got our stove itself, which is there. And we've also got a fuel canister. Now the fuel canisters are sold separately, so you'll have to pick those up elsewhere. So let's set this guy up. First and foremost, you take your stove portion and thread it onto the fuel canister nice and easily until it's relatively snug but not too tight. Then we want to grab our fuel canister stabilizer. We can open that guy up and attach that right to the bottom there. Next step is simply to nest the Jetboil pot into the stove and give it a little twist, and it'll lock itself into place there, which is really nice. And then we put on the top, and that's the basic stove setup. Now we'll go through some of its features. So we've got the system put together, and we're gonna start from the bottom up, see what we've got going on. We've got our fuel canister stabilizer at the bottom. That's gonna provide a nice base, which is gonna prevent this from wanting to tip over if you've got it full of water or potentially food. You've got our jet power fuel canister, which again, that's sold separately, so you'll have to pick that up somewhere before you head out onto the trail. Now the stove system itself is really nice on this stove. You've got a thermal regulator, which is gonna allow it to perform well in hot or cold temperatures. Some fuel canister type stoves don't perform very well when it's cold or at higher elevations. This regulator here is gonna allow this stove to perform relatively equally in all kinds of conditions. You've got your on-off valve over here. It's gonna just allow full blast fuel, or you can dial it back, and this stove actually has a simmer function, which not all Jetboils have a simmer function. They're usually known just a full blast quick boil time, but this one has a nice simmer feature, so you can actually cook some backcountry meals if you choose to. It also has this integrated igniter, so you don't have to bring matches or a lighter with you along. You can actually just use that igniter to start your stove. Moving up to the cup, you've got this nice wide cup. It's really good for cooking food in or boiling water. If you decide to cook food directly in here, you can use this as your cup. It's got a really low utensil angle, which is kind of the standout feature for the cup section here. It also has this nice rubber wrapped carry handle, so you can hold on to this without potentially burning your hand, you know. Also has this nice koozie, this neoprene koozie on the outside, so if you choose to hold the outside of the cup, it's gonna insulate well as prevent you from burning yourself. On the bottom, where it comes to the actual cooking and the heat distribution, you've got Jetboil's flux ring technology, which allows really good heat distribution throughout the whole aluminum cup. It's gonna allow for those fast boil times. And also, what's really neat about this one is when you have the cup and the stove married together, there's a nice built-in windscreen. So it's gonna really allow that to perform well, even in less than ideal conditions. And finally, at the top, you've got your rubber cap. It's got a pour spout there, so you can drink directly from it if you choose to make coffee or tea. And it also has this strainer portion, so you can actually dump liquid in the event that you were cooking noodles or some type of food that you just need to drain the water. Another neat feature is that the measuring cup that comes on the bottom of this Jetboil actually can be combined with that rubber top to create its own cup or pot. So they marry up right together nicely. There's still the pour spout or the strainer lid, so you can use this to eat from or to drink from, and it's just a really nice additional benefit to the Jetboil system. All right, so I'm gonna go through breaking this down just to see how it all nests together. So I'll start by taking the top off here and taking the cup off of the stove. We've got to unscrew our stove portion, and set that aside. Flip this nozzle around, set that over there. Got to take the fuel canister off of the fuel canister stand, so we'll do that. So the fuel canister stand marries up nicely right with the top, so that'll actually snap in there nice and easily to sit in without falling out. To get your canister and your stove back into the cup, you actually have to put them together sideways and then set them in. Most Jetboil stoves, you'll just stack things on top of each other. Because of this one's shorter and wider design, you're gonna have to put them in sideways so they go in like this. Then we can put our top on, snap that down, and the measuring cup or drinking cup will go right on the bottom. So there you have it. At 14.6 ounces and measuring in about 5 inches by 6 inches, you've got the Jetboil MiniMo, a nice, lightweight, versatile stove for use in the backcountry.